Hi everybody, this is Toby. This is going to be a video for the one character that we've probably seen the least from throughout the the campaign and the post-campaign progress updates, and that's the Huntress. This was the character that we designed during the Kickstarter campaign, and we haven't really. I know we've done some deep dives through other playable mechanics type stuff, but we haven't really seen much from the model side of it and her armory and whatnot. But if you remember, in addition to having an armory, she also comes with her two falcons that you'll use on the board that do certain things, provide certain buffs. Move those out. They provide buffs and things like that, and interrupt enemies and do all kinds of cool stuff to help her out. So it kind of opens up her bag of tricks considerably. But I'll just leave those in the background while we look at her armory. So, if you remember, she is a kind of a dual threat, or actually you can even say triple threat with her falcons. But she could be played as a ranged character or as a melee character. So, her standard equipment is just a bow, and she has her falcons. But so why don't we go through the range stuff first? So this is her first out, or this is the base kit that she comes with, at a level 1 or whatever. Just a standard bow with the quiver on her hip. But she comes with other bows. So pull that one off. So this is just a bow, but with a different pose. So you can have her so she's a bit more stoic, a bit more epic, holding the bow, ordering the falcons into combat. And here's another bow. This one's a bit more extravagant. It has the two falcon heads on it. A bit crazy, a bit bigger, just to give up some variety for her. And of course, she's got the quiver on her hip, but if you want to play her as a melee character, it wouldn't really make sense to have that quiver on her hip because she's not carrying a bow. So we actually, for her armory set, let's pull that off. So instead of having the quiver on her hip, we designed another kit for her so that she has her traps and the little amber bombs that she'll use to blow things up. So, to give her a completely different look from the ranged version of her. So she has, for her melee weapons, she can equip spears. So here's the spear, just like that. And she looks like a completely different character. Now you notice we have there's a defect in this. That's basically what happens when you pull it out of a mold when it hasn't solidified. So that's where that bend thing is coming from. So that won't be, that's, like I said, these are the first pieces out of the mold. So there's some learning that needs to go into the manufacturing process, but that won't be there on the final character. Here's another spear, just in a different pose. Back her up so you can see the whole weapon. And if I remember correctly, she has abilities where she throws the spear as well. And then for her last weapon, she can in addition to spears, pole arms, not spears, pole arms. She equips pole arms and two-handed swords. So here she is with a two-handed sword, and her traps, and her falcons. So she's going to be a fun character to play. She's got I think she's fairly complicated in terms of what you can do and how you can use her, but she's very versatile in her skill set. So she'll be a lot of fun to use in the game. But that was the Huntress. So talk to you later.